Are you ready for an emotional roller coaster of college football insights? Week 5 predictions are officially here for Joe versus the Pro and the Hero. Make sure to quench your thirst for knowledge by subscribing to Joe's complimentary newsletter, Sports Happy Hour. Don't miss out. Sign up right here. Subscribe now. link.al.com/join/6fee newsletter Sports Hour Joe Goodman. From sports enthusiasts to enigmatic figures like U.S. senators and even celebrities like Taylor Swift, Joe versus the Pro and the Hero has cemented its status as an unparalleled source for college football antics online. This marks the 16th installment of its engaging journey in various formats, bringing exciting content to fans everywhere. This season is particularly special, as it opens the door for readers to actively participate in the predictions. By joining Joe's newsletter, you will be in the loop regarding the weekly 6-0 Challenge champions. Make your selections and match wits against experts. And Joe, those who triumph in the challenge earn everlasting glory. The newsletter is released every Thursday at 4:20 p.m., so be sure to input your email for updates. Joe embraces the wisdom of the iconic William Shakespeare regarding football picks. Jesters do oft prove prophets. Thus, Joe versus us, the Pro and the Hero, is not merely a pastime. It's a meaningful contribution to society. The Great Experiment. Joseph Goodman serves as the primary sports columnist for AL.com. The project's premise? A sports writer goes toe-to-toe against an elite analyst and an exceptionally educated football expert from Harvard as they tackle some of the trickiest games of the week. This endeavor serves as a tribute to college football fans in a state passionately devoted to the sport. The Pro is Lee Sterling, a nationally recognized expert renowned for his analytical prowess. While his top picks are showcased on his website, ParamountSports.com, https:/ParamountSports, he takes on the challenge of predicting the week's fiercest college matchups against Joe and the Hero. As for Joe, he embraces the role of the lovable underdog that everyone loves to poke fun at. In contrast, the Hero, Ben Abercrombie, is a beacon of determination and hard work. A former player at Hoover High School and Harvard, Ben tirelessly strives to regain his mobility every day. As a recent Harvard grad, he symbolizes hope and resilience. Join us in supporting Ben by standing up for him here, harvardvarsityclub.org/Ben Abercrombie Fund, and sharing your encouragement on Twitter, twitter.com/standupforben, Lang Equal. When it comes to Joe, don't hold back. Mock him at casual gatherings and have some fun while critiquing his predictions on platforms like ESPN College Game Day. Goodman, fight with the relentless spirit of Badger, like every day is your last. Read more here. www.al.com/sports2024/FAQ. Dive straight into the action by clicking here. Docs google.com/forn/e/rv part d part ne4 ank to win your week 5 predictions for the 6-0 challenge. You can also find the selection form embedded within the Joe vs. the Pro and the Hero post. Watch out for the announcement of weekly winners in Joe's newsletter. Don't forget to sign up for the free newsletter here. https:/link.al.com/join/6fp/newsletter Sports Hour Joe-Goodman sign up. Winners will be recognized in each week's newsletter, and bear in mind, all picks are against the spread. The survey results are in. What's the bigger disaster? Last week's performance, Joe, 3 wins, 3 losses straight up. 1 win, 5 losses against the spread. 5 wins, 1 loss straight up. 4 wins, 2 losses against the spread. Hero, 4 wins, 2 losses straight up. 2 wins, 4 losses against the spread. Notes: the Pro is sizzling hot this week after predicting Memphis would defeat Arkansas. Meanwhile, Joe endured a more punishing outcome than Auburn quarterback Jackson Arnold's rough outing. Season stats: Joe, 15 wins, 9 losses. 11 wins, 13 losses against the spread. Pro, 16 wins, 8 losses. 15 wins, 9 losses against the spread. Hero, 13 wins, 11 losses. 11 wins, 13 losses against the spread. Notes: the Pro is serious this season, just like his Miami Hurricanes. Upcoming matchup: number 22 Notre Dame 1-2 versus Arkansas 2-2. Kickoff Saturday at 11 a.m. Location: Razorback Stadium, Fayetteville, Ark. Broadcast: ABC and ESPN. Series history: this matchup marks the first encounter. Point spread: Notre Dame favored by 4.5 points. Over-under 64.5 points. Arkansas game insight: with Taylen Green leading the charge as quarterback, Arkansas has impressively accumulated 28 or more points in the first half over their last 4 games, a feat not achieved since their debut in the SEC back in 1992. Joe's breakdown: it's astonishing that Notre Dame still holds a ranking following a 1-2 record. Arkansas resembles Auburn, but boasts a slightly more effective quarterback. Taylen Green leads all QBs with a remarkable 360 rushing yards over 4 games, averaging 8.2 yards per carry. The Fighting Irish have faced 2 of the nation's best quarterbacks this season. This experience should lend Notre Dame a slight upper hand, but I harbor doubts about their defense. Joe's prediction: Arkansas 35, Notre Dame 32. Pros evaluation: it's wild that these 2 historic programs have yet to meet. Arkansas has faced emotional turmoil after back-to-back losses, while Notre Dame appears to be regaining form after a strong home showing against Purdue. Although Hogs QB Taylen Green may be more dynamic than Notre Dame's C.J. Carr, his 5 interceptions against FBS opponents raise my trust issues with him facing a competent Irish defense. Pros prediction: Notre Dame 37, Arkansas 27. Heroes thoughts: despite Arkansas's defensive struggles, I am drawn to how Taylen Green orchestrates the Razorback offense. I expect this to be another high-scoring affair, with Notre Dame's defense underperforming against the pass this year. While Arkansas dealt with turnovers last week against Memphis, I remain skeptical about their defense's effectiveness. Heroes pick: Notre Dame 37, Arkansas 28. Upcoming matchup: number 4 LSU 4-0, 1-0 versus number 13 Ole Miss 4-0, 2-0. Kickoff Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Location: Vaught Hemingway Stadium, Oxford, Miss. Broadcast: ABC and ESPN. Series history: LSU leads 64-40. Over-under 54.5 points. Ole Miss game insights: this matchup represents the 13th ranked intersection between Ole Miss and LSU, where the Tigers hold an 8-4 advantage in ranked encounters. LSU is currently holding its highest ranking in the series since they were number 1 in 2019, and this is the strongest combined AP rank since 1962. Joe's commentary: the pre-game buzz took an unexpected turn when Lane Kiffin's daughter revealed on Instagram that she is dating LSU's star linebacker. Could this be an advantage for Ole Miss? Kiffin jokingly suggested taking the over due to the unique circumstances at play. Only in the SEC. This rivalry is escalating, and so are tensions with the rebel Landshark Black Bears. Joe's prediction: Ole Miss 31, LSU 28. Pros analysis: Ole Miss perhaps boasts the most robust unit with its offense averaging nearly 45 points per game, while LSU houses the next best units, defensively allowing just over 9 points per game and anchored by Heisman strong candidate QB Garrett Nussmeier. With Ole Miss's defense historically faltering in significant matchups, I'm hesitant to trust Coach Kiffin during clutch moments. Pros prediction: LSU 34, Ole Miss 28. Heroes perspective: Coach Kiffin remains ambiguous about which quarterback will kick off against the Tigers on Saturday, yet Trinidad Chambliss has been phenomenal since his ascension to starter. Though LSU's defense shines. 9, Texas A&M 3-0. Kickoff Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Location: Kyle Field, College Station, Texas. Broadcast: ESPN. Series history: Texas A&M leads 8-7. Point spread: Texas A&M favored by 6.5 points. Over-under 52.5 points. AM Game Insight. The Aggies have managed 22 plays of 20-plus yards over their first 3 games, averaging nearly 7.3 per game, significantly ahead of their 2024 average. Joe's remarks. The SEC is beginning to define its hierarchy, leaving Auburn positioned as a mid-tier team. Texas A&M's edge rushers promise to present challenges for the Tigers. The critical question is whether Freeze and his team can recover from an untenable 10 sacks against Oklahoma. While there were silver linings for Auburn, their offense remained woeful when crucial moments arrived. Can a prevalent discontent with officiating galvanize a team? The Aggies had a week to recuperate after their intense matchup against Notre Dame, and one can expect fresh legs to make a difference in the fourth quarter. Joe's prediction? Texas A&M 28, Auburn 24. Pros Insight. The inclusion of wide receivers Mario Craver from Mississippi State and Casey Concepcion from NC State has turbocharged this Texas A&M offense, merging for 680 yards and 7 touchdowns through 3 games. In addition, their capable running backs exhibit exceptional blitz pickup skills. Auburn's quarterback Jackson Arnold will need to rally after taking abundant hits in the last game. I remain skeptical of his ability to triumph against a top 10 team in a stadium filled with energized fans. Pros prediction. Texas A&M 31, Auburn 20. Heroes conclusion. The Aggies receiving corps led by Mario Cramer is on fire this year and will prove challenging for Auburn's inexperienced secondary. Even though Texas A&M has encountered hurdles establishing the run game, Marcel Reed's agility and his one-time sack during the last 3 games should present ample opportunities for offensive success against Auburn's defense, who continue to recover from a tough loss. Heroes prediction. Texas A&M 31, Auburn 24. Upcoming matchup, number 15 Tennessee 3-1-0-2 versus Mississippi State 4-0-0-0. Kickoff, Saturday at 3:15 p.m. Location, Davis-Wade Stadium, Starkville, Miss. Broadcast, SEC Network, ESPN. Series history. Tennessee holds the lead, 30 wins, 16 losses, 1 tie. Point spread, Tennessee favored by 7.5 points. Over-under, 61.5 points. Tennessee Game Insight. Following a victory over UAB, Coach Josh Heupel became just the 7th UT coach to record 40 wins, the quickest since Phil Fulmer. Heupel achieved this milestone in the 56th game, a remarkable accomplishment. Joe's take. Mississippi State enters this contest undefeated and brimming with confidence. The cowbells were ringing last week against Northern Illinois, while Tennessee bounced back from a shootout against Georgia with an easy win against UAB. I admire State's quarterback Blake Shapen and his main running option, Fluff Bothwell. Nonetheless, Tennessee's defense will be eager to prove themselves after their loss to Georgia, despite some limitations in Shapen's accuracy. I am tempted to predict an upset, but I question Shapen's ability to orchestrate a significant comeback. Joe's prediction. Tennessee 42, Mississippi State 21. Pros assessment. The Bulldogs' backfield, comprised of quarterback Blake Shapen and the impressive running back Fluff Bothwell, who has 271 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, has propelled this expected underdog to a 4-0 record. For many transfers and former backups, this will mark their first SEC encounter. On the other hand, Tennessee's QB Joey Aguilar is thriving with 13 touchdowns. Tennessee's performance against tougher opponents suggests they are well prepared for this challenge. Pros prediction. Tennessee 38, Mississippi State 24. Heroes Insight. Tennessee remains the toughest opponent a resurgent Mississippi State has faced this season. The bold Tennessee can dominate in a shootout situation. Heroes prediction. Tennessee 34, Mississippi State 27. Upcoming matchup. Number 6 Oregon, 4-0, 1-0, versus number 3 Penn State, 3-0, 0-0. Kickoff, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Location, Beaver Stadium, State College, PA. Broadcast, NBC. Series history, Penn State leads 3-2. Points, Penn State quarterback Drew Allar benefits from 2 weeks of preparation against Oregon's defense. 3 weeks might not have been enough. I believe the Ducks will seize this opportunity and triumph in a setting charged with excitement. Joe's prediction, Oregon 30, Penn State 20. Pro's prediction, last year's Ducks roster could have maintained a road victory against Penn State, but given the current state of the Oregon team, I'm uncertain of success against a formidable opponent with a below-average run defense and an inexperienced starting quarterback. Penn State's offensive depth, featuring standout running backs, should aid them greatly, especially during a whiteout. Pro's pick, Penn State 27, Oregon 20. Hero's verdict, the Nittany Lions have yet to confront opponents of Oregon's caliber this season. The Ducks' defense hasn't allowed a touchdown pass, and they showcase the highest-scoring offense in college football. While Penn State's whiteout is an intimidating experience for rival quarterbacks, I believe the Ducks will find a way to secure the victory. Hero's prediction, Oregon 27, Penn State 24. Upcoming matchup, number 17 Alabama, 2-1, 0-0, versus number 5 Georgia, 3-0, 1-0. Kickoff, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Location, Sanford Stadium. Athens, GA. Broadcast, ABC and ESPN. Series history, Alabama leads 44-26-4. Point spread, Georgia favored by 2.5 points. Over-under, 52.5 points. Game insight, Alabama has triumphed in 9 of the last 10 confrontations, yet Georgia is boasting an impressive 33-game home winning streak. Joe's perspective, will Kirby Smart finally rid himself of the Alabama curse? This game carries a motive for Bulldogs to seek revenge, particularly in light of Alabama's lackluster performance against Wisconsin last week. Doubts surround Alabama's fortitude and their quarterback Ty Simpson's ability against top-tier contenders. Consequently, I lean toward Georgia, particularly after last week's showing by QB Gunnar Stockton, which suggested he has more tools than expected. Confidence gained in such moments can uplift teams heading toward pivotal matches. Joe's prediction, Georgia 21, Alabama 18. Pro's evaluation. Alabama's rushing game has struggled, achieving the 100-yard mark in just 1 of their 3 contests thus far. The return of running back Jam Miller could provide the spark this offense requires. Given Georgia's vulnerability in pass defense, expect Alabama's Ryan Williams to capitalize on that potential gap. Recent stats suggest Georgia has underperformed against the spread since their initial game last year, making the wrong team favored. Pro's prediction, Alabama 27, Georgia 26. Hero's thoughts. With Georgia's astonishing 33-game home winning streak, Alabama has shown difficulties away from home under Coach DeBoer. Though the Tide's receivers will have slivers of opportunity against Georgia's ailing defense, their success will be contingent on establishing physicality to halt Georgia's rushing game and to succeed on third downs. The more aggressive team is poised to take the victory here. Georgia has demonstrated toughness this year, but I'm backing Alabama to edge this one out. Hero's prediction, Alabama 34, Georgia 31. If you make a purchase or create an account via one of our links, we may receive commission. By using our site, you agree to our user agreement, which outlines your rights and obligations. You also consent to the collection and management of your interactions and personal information as described in our privacy policy.